Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Today I have another 30 and 30. Today's video is going to be about perfumes. So I have 30 new perfumes that I haven't talked about so far on my channel, at least not in terms of this series. And I have taken notes about each one, so we're just going to jump right into it. If you want links, I will hopefully have links for all of them down below. Some of them might not be available, so I'll let you know about those too. The first perfume is Bye Bye Blues by Juicy Couture. This is a very sweet scent. I really do like this collection from Kohl's. It's like the Rainbow Collection, I think is what it's called. They're great. I really like them. It's not really long lasting, but it does have a fresh scent to it. The next one is Chloe by Chloe, and this is the original Chloe. So this is the older version that came out in the 1970s. It actually used to be called Karl Lagerfeld Chloe, which I found out when I was researching, trying to find the notes for this particular one. And that just really made me happy. I wore this right around the time that Karl passed away, which was very sad. So this one it's an older scent. So there's like, I feel like in the 90s there was kind of a break in scents, and there's ones that you can categorize that smell older, and not necessarily that they smell old. It's just that they had a different sensibility to them. So this one is a slightly older scent. It smells really good. I really do like this one. I found this one on clearance at Kohl's, which I was very happy about. And it does last fairly well. So I like that one. I mean, most of these I like. I wouldn't buy them if I didn't like them. Unless it's a blind buy. Some of them are, and they're not always the best. After that, I did Daisy Love by Marc Jacobs. This is the newest of his normal collection. So every year, Marc Jacobs also does limited edition scents. So this was the newest of his non-limited edition. This one smells really fresh, sweet. It kind of reminds me, like if Daisy and Viva La Juicy were combined, that's kind of what I feel like this Daisy Love is. I really like it. It's just beautiful. Next is an older one. This is one of the ones that I might not be able to find links for, or they're going to be from older sites. It is Harajuku Lovers Love. I love these. These are actually kind of where I started with my perfume collection, because Gwen Stefani came out with these, and they're just so cute. The little girls on top. This is definitely the most feminine of all of the scents. I feel like, because it's Love, Angel, Music, Baby, and G, based on her song, LAMB, which is also what her design label was. And then she has Harajuku, which is another song. So I really like these, and she has different versions of them, but this is the original one. The next one is from Viktor and Rolf. This is Bon Bon. This is one of my all-time favorite scents. It is so sweet, but like in a sophisticated way. So it's not just like pure, it's not like pink sugar, but it's like a more sophisticated version of pink sugar, I feel like. And the bottle, I mean, the bottle is just darling. So well done. It's a more expensive scent, but well worth it. Really like it. Next up is Candy. This is the Prada Candy Kiss, and I have just the smaller version of it. There's also larger bottles, and I like the bottle, and I like that it's kind of pink, so it kind of gives you that throughout the bottle you get a light pink wash to it. This is a nice scent. I'm not the biggest fan of the original Prada Candy. That was one of my blind buys that I just was really disappointed in. This one is slightly sweeter than Prada Candy, so I like the Kiss. I think this is an improvement on the original. It's another Harajuku Lovers. This is Lil Angel, and she's so cute, and like the detail on these are just fantastic. This one, this is a stronger scent than Love, but the main problem with these is they just don't last very long. So if you want something that's not going to last, which sometimes you do, These are a great option for that. But I mean, if you want a darling bottle for your stand or your dresser or wherever you store your perfumes, those are definitely it. After that is Truly Joyful by Kate Spade. This is a great scent. It's very citrusy. It's a beautiful scent. There's several of these. There's like 5. Truly Dazzling, Truly Joyful, Truly, shoot, I can't remember. I hope I called it the right one. I also have the blue one, which is Truly Dazzling. And then there's a pink one and a green one and a white one. And they kind of fit their coloring. So this one is more citrusy, more bright, more happy. It doesn't smell like happy though if you have the perfume, the Clinique perfume. I really like these. These are more affordable in terms of Kate Spade. They're a little less decorative, but I feel like they really still fit with her aesthetic. After that was a Vince Camuto, and this is the first full-size Vince Camuto that I have. This is the Amore, and it's a pretty scent, but this one was not long-lasting at all. I was kind of disappointed in how fast it seemed to dissipate. It is a very sweet, it has a sweetness to it, which I kind of tend to like a sweetness. Even if it's a floral, I like them to be slightly sweet. So I was a little disappointed in that one. Number 10, if you're keeping track, is Fendi, and I have no idea how to pronounce this. I'm going to try it. L'Acquarossa, and I will put it down below so you can look at it. I love the bottle. It's very different, but very like striking at the same time. It's simple but striking. I did wear this the day that Karl Lagerfeld died because I woke up and that was the first thing I read that morning, and it was a hard day, but I knew I had this scent, and I knew he had a hand in choosing what the final scent was, so this was my choice for the day. I do like this. It's pretty strong. It does last a fairly long time, but it's a stronger scent. So if you like lighter things that are not going to be as overpowering, then this is not a scent for you. All right, our next one is another Harajuku Lovers. This is Music. I did wear them in order of the song. Just another darling bottle. This one is my least favorite of them. It's nothing special. There's not really a standout scent. It doesn't last long, as I've already said. It doesn't have much to it. So I think it's a good like neutral scent if you were going to be going somewhere where you weren't sure about scents and stuff. I think that would be a good choice. Next is from Anna Sui, and I found this one on clearance at TJ Maxx, which made me very happy. This is Romantica. I love Anna Sui's bottles. They're always just really unusual, and she has that bohemian sensibility to her designs, and this definitely lives up to that. It lasts okay. It doesn't last as long as some other scents, but it does last a fairly good amount, and it's just nice. I don't feel like there's much to it. It's kind of, it's a perfume, and there's nothing overly anything about it, which just, I guess, I'm at a loss to how to describe it because it's kind of there. The next one is one that I actually received for review from Influencer, which is a website. You do surveys, you write reviews, and then they'll send you products. And you don't have to be on YouTube or Instagram or anything. Those help, but you can just be on their site and really participating, or on brand sites and participating. So they actually sent me, this is the 3.4 ounce bottle, which is pretty darn, that's a lot. It's the C Passione or Passion, I don't know, Giorgio Armani. I was really excited to get it. I love the bottle of it, the top especially, because it's hard to tell when it's on, but it's different shaped. So it's just interesting from whatever angle you have it at. I do like this. It's slightly spicy, but it's still a very pretty scent. So yeah, I like it. I probably would not have spent the $100 that the bottle cost, but I was very, very grateful to get it through Influencer. If you are interested in Influencer, there'll be a link down below. I think it's a great site. I've gotten a couple Giorgio Armani lipsticks and different things that I've talked about on my channel, but yeah, that's probably the best thing that I've gotten so far. Next up is Baby from Harajuku Lovers. Her hair, oh my gosh, I love her hair. This one very much is Baby. It has kind of a powdery scent, so slightly, you know, like a baby powder scent. It's very pretty. I do love this one. This one, I wasn't my favorite when I started wearing perfume, but it definitely has grown on me because I have a wider range of what I like now. This next one is from Zoella. I picked this up at Ulta, and it's went in with my perfume, so I'm including it here. It is technically a body mist, but it is in a glass jar, and it's pretty heavy, and it's not like normally how you buy like a body spray, which is just a massive amount, so it's more curated and stuff. This is Gelato, or Gelato. And Zoella is a YouTuber from England. Her channel is quite lovely. She's just fun. This one smells so good. It smells like gelato. Like, it smells like a citrusy gelato. And if you just want something light and citrusy and vibrant, that is definitely what this is. I think this would be a great summer scent, a great spring scent. It's just really lovely. The next one is My Burberry Blush. This is one that I had wanted for quite a while. I got the other two first, just the regular My Burberry, and then the My Burberry Black. And then I finally got this one, and oh my gosh, this is good. This is like the rose version of My Burberry. So it does have that rose scent to it. It's really nice. I like it. I'm trying to think if I wrote anything. It is close to the Villa Juicy Rosé. That was one of my notes for that. Next up is my most unusual of all of my scents. It is different both in the bottle, but also in the scent. It's not like anything else that I own. It lasts all day. It's just, which is great because not all of these last all day, but this one definitely does. It is Aura by Thierry Mugler, and it does look kind of like a heart. I think it's supposed to be like an alien heart or something, but oh my gosh, so good. And it is a refillable bottle, which is really neat as well. Definitely recommend this. It's so unusual. Go smell it if you have not smelled it. I don't know if it's for everyone. I had a friend smell it last night and she was like, I don't like it. But it's definitely unusual. My last Harajuku, this is, well, of the original ones, this is G, which is based on Gwen. So she has her little halter top on there. This one is really sweet. It's soft. It has a little bit better staying power than the Love Angel Music Baby, but again, it is not like a really long-lasting scent. Next is a very wispy scent. That's how I described it. It is Walk on Air by Kate Spade. It's light, and it does have some staying power, so it lasts moderately well. And it's just different. And the bottle, it's a super heavy bottle. This metal piece is really heavy. Like, I feel like it weighs probably as much as the bottle. So it is a more heavy bottle for sure. Next up, so this is number 20 if you are keeping track, is Oui by Juicy Couture. This is one of my newer Juicy Couture scents. It's very beautiful. I love this one. When it came out, I was really excited when I smelled it. It's very different than Viva La Juicy, but it is like it has that presence that Viva La Juicy does. So definitely one of my favorite scents now. The bottle is really fun. I like that it's similar, and you can tell by looking at it, it's Juicy Couture, like even if it was on the back, but it's different than the Viva La Juicy ones. All right, we are in the final home stretch. Our last 10 starts with Daisy by Marc Jacobs. This is the Daisy Oh So Fresh Twinkle. Like I said a little bit ago, every year he does do limited editions. He does the Oh So Fresh, the Daisy, well, the Daisy Oh So Fresh, the Daisy, and Daisy Dream. And this year he also did Daisy Love. So this year there are 4 limited edition bottles and scents. They're all different scents. This is one of my favorites. I really like how fresh it is. And it's similar but very different to some of the earlier scents. He started, I think, in 2012. I have all of them. Yeah, and this one, I really like it. It's a little bit more green than some of the other ones. There's not as much floral, it's different than the other ones. So I really like that. If you haven't smelled any of the other Daisies in the Daisy Oh So Fresh, go out and smell them. Like, go to your Sephora, go to Macy's, whatever store. They're really good. Mon Guerlain Floral is my next one. I was so excited to be able to get this. I did not think this was going to be one that I would get. It ended up going on sale at Macy's, which just made my day, and I had my beauty box coupon, so I used that as well. This is so good. I really liked Mon Guerlain. I thought it was a really interesting scent. This one is very florally. It's a heavier floral. It's not quite as light as some of the other ones, but it's not as heavy as the La Petite Robe Noire. Those are a heavier scent from Guerlain. So this one's really good. I would recommend this one. There's a new one coming out that I just saw, and I was like, oh no, don't do that to me, because you know I'm going to want it, because that's who I am. The next one is one of my oldest scents, and I got it because of what it is. It is Raspberry Tart. If you grew up in the 80s, you probably remember Strawberry Shortcake. I know that Strawberry Shortcake was revived. But this is definitely the old school one. I got this at Hot Topic. I cannot find this anywhere, unfortunately. It does smell like raspberry tart. Like, if you remember what the doll smelled like, that is what this is. It's basically in a bottle. And I looked at this, and it just says TCFC, which is those characters from Cleveland. Unfortunately, there's just no information on it, but I love it. I love the bottle. I love the nostalgia of it. And I don't always want to smell like my Strawberry Shortcake dolls from my childhood, but it's definitely just a fun one. And one I've had, but I just never included, so I wanted to make sure I included it in this one. After that is G of the Sea. This is the mermaid version of Harajuku Lovers. They only did this one. There's about 3 standalone scents. There was Super G, G of the Sea, and Jingle G, and they're all very nice. It's very pretty. Once again, just doesn't last a lot, but definitely worth it for the packaging. Like, oh my gosh, so cute. This next one is the one perfume that I don't store with its lid on. I'm going to show it with its lid on just to show you what it is and how just precious it is. This is from Besame Cosmetics, which is an independent beauty group. They do have some products in Sephora, and I believe this is on the Shop Disney site, because this is part of their Peter Pan collection. And oh my gosh, like, when they came out with this, I knew I had to get it. I got it, and then they back ordered it because they were having production issues. And when it finally came, oh, I was so excited about it. The reason I keep it separate, though, is this little gal here, who is so darling, Mermaid from Peter Pan, right? And actually, I was a mermaid many years ago. I was a trainee in a dance company, and I was a mermaid for their production of Peter Pan, and it was one of the most fun roles ever. So this one kind of was a special place. She smells so bad though. She smelled, there's been a couple times when I've wondered if a skunk got into my room because this plastic just smells so bad. And I've been leaving it out. Can't leave it in the box, even though the box for this is just stunning. Once again, they do a fantastic job with packaging, and they all do vintage type packaging. But she stinks, and it's whatever the plastic that it's made out of is. So it's awful. But the perfume itself, this is what the perfume itself looks like. Not nearly as exciting, but it's pretty nice, and you can't smell it if you keep her on it. It's surprisingly floral. Like, you would think that a Mermaid scent would be more seaweedy smelling and smell more like the sea, but there's quite a bit of floral in it. It is nice. I just wish that the top didn't smell quite so terrible. All right, our last few. This first one is Missoni. This is the Eau de Toilette. This is a really interesting bottle. Like, I love the bottle and the ombre that is in it. It's very rainbow, which I feel fits with what the company is. But this is not a great scent. I was really disappointed. I picked this up at TJ Maxx on clearance. And I had been wanting it. I thought it was really cool. I love Missoni. The thing with TJ Maxx, at least all of them here, I've heard other people don't have this, but once you open beauty products, you can't return it, which kind of makes sense because they are a closeout place and they can't resell them once you've opened them. But this, yeah, I was not a big fan of this perfume. I'm glad that I didn't pay a lot for it. It's nothing special. It's okay, but it's not that great. Kind of the same thing with this. It smells inexpensive, which it definitely was inexpensive when I got it. 3 hours in, I couldn't even tell that I had put perfume on in the morning. So keep that in mind. It is the Amore Mio, I Love You by Jeanne Arthes. And I got this at Zulily, which is where I buy a lot of my fragrances. And it's interesting because it does have that serpent that wraps around the top. And you can press it down. I usually take him off though because I'm worried about breaking him. So it's interesting, and I like the bottle that it looks like a sectioned apple, and it has that little bird cage on it and stuff. But yeah, it smells inexpensive. It's not terrible. Like, it's wearable, but it doesn't last like at all. Another one with no lasting power is Disney Princess. This is Cinderella. I picked this up at Ross because I just was like, oh, that sounds fun. I'm going to get one. And they were like under $10. And the packaging is really cute. Like, if this goes in the back and you can't see, you just see the turret, I think it's a really cute packaging. It's not nearly as terrible as I thought it was. I remember the first time I opened it and thinking it really stunk, and I don't know why that is because it doesn't smell that bad to me. It's not a standout. Like, that's kind of what I feel like the past couple were. We're down to our last two, and these are the only two that I keep in their boxes, and you'll see why. This first one is from Nest. This is Passiflora, and the reason I keep this in its box is because of the artwork on the box. That's why I love Nest fragrances. They are based on the art of an 18th century woman who cut paper flowers. So the artwork that you see is based on what would have been cut from paper, and just different colored paper layered up on each other. And it amazes me because I think about like the technology they would have had in the 18th century and how it would have worked. So I keep the box because it does have more of it on it too, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to get it. And I want to get some more scents just because of the packaging. But Nest is pretty expensive. It's very cloying. Like, I felt like it was just too much, and it kind of was in your face, and it was a little too sweet. And not in a sugary, but like in a sicky sweet way. So that was just didn't like it. And then my last one, it is in its box because it is kind of like an icon, and oh my goodness, it's Chanel number 5, probably the most famous perfume there is. And when I finally got it, I was like, I can't throw out the box. It's gonna stay in its box. It's going to get used. It's definitely being used. But when you have something so beautiful and iconic, you want it. So this is what the bottle looks like. And it does have the label on it is like, you can see inside as well. Through here, you can see that it's on the back side as well. So you know it's an authentic bottle. And it has the little interlocking C's up here, which would have been Karl Lagerfeld's contribution to it. There's a reason that it is still around almost 100 years later. I think it was created in 1925, if I remember my perfume history right. It's a classic. Like, even though it's an older scent and it has like, it doesn't smell as fresh as a lot of the scents that are created today, it still has relevance, and it still like has a presence, and just it smells good. So that's my last one. This is my most expensive bottle of perfume by far. The one that that I treasure the most. That's why it gets to stay in its little package. So that is my 30 and 30. That was a lot of, since these videos are always really long, because it takes a minute to kind of discuss everything and tell you what they are. There should have been captions down at the bottom telling you what the scent notes were for all of these. I try to do that. That's like the thing that takes the most time. I do plan to do another one of these at some point in the nearish future. I think I have another 30 perfumes that I haven't talked about, or that I'm close to another 30 perfumes. I know there'll be a lot of the different versions of Harajuku Lovers and that, so I'm really excited about that and visiting the rest of the set, because they are very different. Anyway, let me know if you own any of these perfumes, what ones you love, which ones you were interested in trying, which ones that you're just like, nope, I don't like those, I've smelled them in the store. I want to know. I hope you are all having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.